Good Monday. This is Jay Brew, co-chairman of Seafried and Brew. Strategic planning. It's the one thing that I love to do with community banks is to do strategic planning. And I wanted to have a call out today to last week I was in Branson, Missouri with Branson Bank doing their strategic plan. Had a great time doing it and working with the board and management team. But it reminded me to put onto a webcast talking about the strategic planning model that we do here at Seafried and Brew. And we've talked about this before, but within capital planning and strategic planning, to put together a 10-year model from year 1 to year 10, to look at each year as you go along in terms of the bank's income statement and balance sheet is so very important. Last week we talked about the creep up that I've been seeing in terms of Tier 1 equity among all community banks nationally. And if all community banks were to sit there and really examine what their 10-year strategic outlook is in terms of what kind of growth they'll have, what kind of net overhead will they have? What will their tax efficiency look like over this time period? That when we look at all of those assumptions taken into account, that then one can see what the overall effect on capital is over time. So this strategic planning model is so vitally important because what you can then do is to run different scenarios, to sit there and say, well, if we didn't grow as fast, if our loan growth was faster, that what if then gives you an idea in terms of taking that strategic way of thinking and putting it into quantitative terms, which I think is so very vital for community banking to be able to thrive into the future. But another thing I wanted to mention about my time out in Branson was that the bank held the retreat at the College of the Ozarks. Very impressive place because one of the things is character development is part of the overall college curriculum. But also the students all work there on a daily basis, doing all of the work around the college campus, from the farm to the hotel, to the restaurant, and they don't pay a dime in tuition. So when they graduate, not only have they built strong characters, but they've also built a strong worth ethic. And when we think about that, they also don't have any debt when they get out of college. And so I was thinking on my way back, what if more American colleges were like that? And what would that impact have on our overall economy and the state of our nation? This is Jay Brew, co-chairman of Seafried and Brew. Have a great week.